Hello there and welcome to From the Writer's Desk episode 3. I'm coming to you from the north of England where it is wet and cold, strong winds and grey skies all the way into the horizon, but we persevere. If you're new here, my name is Ethan. I'm a writer. I'm a writer of mostly science fiction, sometimes fantasy fiction, always I would say the defining thing is weird fiction. And From the Writer's Desk is where I give you an update on my week. All right, what did my life as a writer look like last week? What's coming up this week? And today, actually, there's a lot to get through. So let's just jump right into it. The first thing has to do with the title of this video. I spent most of last week working on what is by far my most ambitious, my most time-consuming video for YouTube that I've ever made. I started this YouTube channel because I'm a indie writer, right? And so I need a way of promoting my work and getting my stuff out there. But over the past few weeks, I feel like I found a bit of a rhythm with YouTube, and it has become a bit of an outlet for essentially like I've been writing these nonfiction essays. I call them essays, you might call them rants, but I've been working on this stuff and I've been turning into the videos, and I feel like I'm gaining more traction than I was before. So this week's video is the most ambitious version of that I've ever done. It's been so time consuming, and it is a video about NaNoWriMo. It is about the rise and the demise of NaNoWriMo, and I spent a ton of time researching it. I spent a ton of time writing the essay. We filmed it. The footage ended up being like 50 minutes to an hour long. It took me 2 to 3 hours just to do the first basic cut, and then a couple of hours on top of that to add graphics and things like that. So the whole video in the end is like 21 minutes long, and so it's just been an enormous amount of time, and I'm really proud of it. And yeah, that's going to be coming out on Wednesday. So yeah, just to say, if you're interested in that, if you're interested in NaNoWriMo stuff, and I've got more to say about NaNoWriMo as well shortly, but if you're interested in that, just if you want to subscribe to this channel, and that will be coming out on Wednesday, and I'm hoping that it does well because I put so much effort into it, but you know, sod's law, maybe it won't, because that's, you know, it's always the videos that you don't expect to do well, but anyway, I'm just letting you know that was a big chunk of my time last week. Also, I'll say this now, if you are interested in NaNoWriMo, even though the institution has closed its doors, if you didn't know, I'm going to be doing it this November. And not only that, I'm going to be live streaming it every single day. Roughly 2,000 words a day. It's going to be, I haven't decided on the exact time, but it's going to be, I'm in GMT, British time, so it's going to be around 8:30 my time. So 8:30 GMT. So I think that should be, you know, if you're like East Coast in America, you should be okay. Maybe Pacific, it's a bit difficult, but I'll get into it next week, the exact times. But I think it'd be great. Now we don't have this formal NaNoWriMo community. I would just love if we could get a bunch of people to like jump on a live stream together and write a novel in a month. I still think it's a great thing to do. So I'm going to be doing that in November. That's the next thing. The other thing that happened last week was we did our second live stream. Our second live stream where we write an entire short story in a single stream based on a random prompt. The prompt was an interesting one. I didn't manage. I sat there and wrote for 4 hours like I did the week before, but the story was just too ambitious. That was the issue. I didn't manage to finish it, and so that at some point has to be finished. Will I do it on stream? I haven't decided yet, but maybe. I don't know. But it was just too ambitious, and I feel like from now on, I need to be aiming for that 3,000 word mark, and this one probably is going to end up closer to 6,000. The problem is these prompts, they've been really good at getting my mind going and getting me thinking outside the box and coming up with interesting story ideas, and I get excited, and I do too much. So that's that. But the live stream was good. A few of you turned up and asked some questions in the chat. The way I've got it set up so far is that like I do an hour of writing, 5 minutes chat, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do that going forward. I think if the stories are less complicated, if we're aiming for roughly 3,000 words, then I might not need to do that, and maybe we can engage some more in the chat as you come in, because I know it might be quite annoying that you come in and you say, oh, hey, you want to say hi and talk and whatever, and I'm not there, essentially. So I think for the next one that we do, it's going to be a while away now because we've got NaNoWriMo in between, but we will we'll work out a better system, I think. Maybe this sprint's on as long, I don't know. But the second live stream, other than that, went well. People showed up, and we got some writing done this week, so that's good. Next week, that's pretty much it for last week. Next week, on Monday, I'm sitting down and I'm talking to fellow YouTuber and fellow indie author James D. Mills, and he's an editor of a literary fantasy magazine. And he's got a YouTube channel, which I'll link below. I don't know when the videos are going to come out, but we're going to sit down, we're going to have a conversation, and even if they never come out, I would encourage you to click through that link below and subscribe to James and check out his magazine. And he's got Kickstarter coming up and some books that he's got coming out. So yeah, we're going to have a chat tomorrow, and at some point maybe that will come out on his channel. But really looking forward to that. I think that is it in terms of updates. So let's move into the writing update, where there's not that much to say. So we did do some writing. We are just about to pass 40,000 words in terms of the word count goal. But don't forget, NaNoWriMo, the goal is 50,000 words. So that would jump up to 90,000, which means I will have December to hit that 100K word mark for the year, which would be very, very exciting if that happened. And also we would then this would move up to 71% in terms of the novels that I wanted to write this year. We're currently at 21%. And short stories have stuck at 4, but we've written most of a 5th one. This is looking dicey now. Rejections, I haven't done any submitting at all, really. Actually, this is one of the things I wanted to say in terms of the writing update, is I realized that I've been writing a lot, and I've been able to do a lot of first drafts, which is great. But what I'm struggling with at the moment is actually sitting down and taking a first draft and actually making it good. Sometimes with a short story, what happens is it kind of comes out fully formed, but often for me, I would say 50-60% of the time it doesn't. And I power through, and then I chisel and I tweak, and I actually try and make it decent. And that's the thing I've been struggling to sit down and do recently. I've been in write, which is great. You know, I'm not complaining, but that's the one thing that's missing. So that's just to say that. If we have a look here at our projects, we can see we've got this Endling story that I need to finish now. We've got this new one, The Outlier. So this is what we wrote the other day. And you can see here that for the week we did 3,222 words, and that all came from the live stream. But that gives us a total of almost 10,000 for the month, and a few different projects going on. So that is not bad at all, and nothing to report in terms of submissions, I am afraid. So that's basically the writing update for this week. Now, no prompt this week because we're not going to be doing short stories on a Saturday for a while, because we're going to be writing daily. We're going to be doing NaNoWriMo. So I would encourage you to subscribe and get your stuff ready, plan if you want to do this thing with me, which would be really exciting if you did. So that's going to be starting from November 1st, which is next Saturday. We're in. I'm going to try and make the streams pretty fun as well, pretty interactive. I've been working on it. I've been working on overlays and progress bars, and I've been working on bits and pieces just to make it a really nice, cohesive stream, and we can get into a nice routine. We can write for our 2 hours every day. We can block out that time, and we can do something really, really cool together, even though formally the organization known as NaNoWriMo is no longer with us. So I'm really excited for that. Yeah, and I've got that video coming out on Wednesday, which I hope you're going to like. I put just so much time into it, and honestly, it's not even finished yet. This video is going to be edited and uploaded before that one is even finished, but it will go out on Wednesday, and I really hope it does. I hope it does well. So watch that, and yeah, I think that is all for the update. So thanks so much for caring, joining me for this ride, taking the time to watch this video. And yeah, I'll see you Wednesday. I'll see you maybe on Saturday to start NaNoWriMo Write-A-Long, and I will then maybe see you next Sunday for From the Writer's Desk episode 4. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you when I see you.